Well, I'm a director at John McCall Architects, I'm kind of run the place basically. There's kind of three or four of us, four directors. So I have a group of people that work for me and a certain number of clients that I take responsibility for. Being an architect, you kind of get to see designs and ideas that you've got built, which is fantastic. And actually the Belvidere job, I mean, I'm taking a particular interest in that because it's so interesting and unusual. Built at the end of the 19th century, and it was built as two Victorian villas, big Victorian villas with kind of the posh rooms downstairs and the servants' kind of rooms upstairs. So that's why all the grand rooms and the big windows are down at the bottom. It was used by an order of nuns from around about the early 60s. They bought them and they converted them into a convent. So at that stage, the kind of some of the internal bits started getting knocked around a little bit. You can imagine the big rooms downstairs were subdivided. They were there till, I don't know, probably the late 80s, I think. And the council took it over, and that's when it became a family centre. But if you can imagine, it was always kind of compromised because it was two houses knocked together, a warren of rooms, so it was never purpose built. So the bedrooms tended to be kind of big rooms with loads of bunk beds in them. Communal facilities weren't great. There were two staircases next to each other, all the things that you know, made it not work very well. If you just fiddle around with this building and try and keep all the rooms as they are, you won't end up with the facility a modern facility. You'll end up with something that's like a kind of make-do solution. So we just went for it and proposed some fairly dramatic changes. I think we see something that is still there as a landmark, that looks very much as it used to look, but when you walk in the front door, you're into something that's absolutely completely different. And that, you know, the kind of contrast between, you know, a historic outside and a very modern inside, I think will be quite interesting. You feel as if you're really going to help people that need help, and hopefully give people that maybe are struggling for somewhere to live at the moment, somewhere they can be proud of living in. And I think that, you know, it's very interesting because it's a historic building in a historic area, and hopefully, you know, the client's going to end up with something quite cutting edge.